Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. We're talking about healing and how it's not linear. So this video is for people who have been traumatized, and it doesn't matter if you've been traumatized when you were a kid or as an adult or as an older person. Trauma is trauma, right? And it's for people that have had substance use disorders, and they may have experienced a lot of abuse while they were on it, or may still be going through it, right? Or they're in solid recovery, right? So a lot of times when we think we're being healed, because right after a traumatic event, excuse me, let me pull this up. After a traumatic event, you're kind of in shock, right? Your main thing is to survive, run, be safe, whatever, right? So after the initial fight or flight, your parasympathetic nervous system has to kick on to calm you down. The threat is over, you feel a little bit better, but something else happens in here. You could get traumatized by one event. So, initial shock, then you're trying to heal. Some people, I've been approached with people saying they waited a few days and they felt better, and they know that that was a one-time fluke, and while it affected them, they're okay. Until they weren't, right? So they healed, or so they thought. Because healing is a journey. It really is. So right when they were feeling okay, all of a sudden, out of the blue, no reason at all, they felt triggered. They felt anxious, distressed, and a mess. They just felt, right? And they started feeling insomnia. That's all symptoms. Okay? So they couldn't understand why they felt that way. So they kept healing, trying to get back up, right? And then after some time has passed, they said, you know what, I think I'm better now. They're enjoying their life. They're starting to do things they used to do, at nice things, And then out of the blue, down the line, they get triggered again. And that gives them real confusion, because they're like, I thought I healed. Come on, it's been for a long time. When is this going to end? When indeed, healing takes time, and every person's healing journey is different, right? So if this person has a similar event happen to them than you, they might not get over it like you do right away. Or you may not get over it like they do, because you're not the same people. And how bad it affects you and how you cope with it, or lack of, can be a big difference between you two. So never compare yourself, or give yourself a time frame of when you should be all the way healed. Okay? So when you're traumatized, you'll get what's called trauma triggers. And I'm going to read them to you, okay? They're right here. Trauma triggers. Your thoughts, places, smells, sounds, people, situations, media, and feelings. All of those can be triggering. We hear the kids saying, I'm triggered, about the silliest little tiny things, right? But to them it is serious, right? right? Just like it's very serious to you. You know, and sometimes people get so scared about it that they might get triggered. They start not leaving their house. And then they get depressed. They don't want to feel stupid, even though it has nothing to do with intelligence. Okay? So, smells and sounds are a big thing. If you have an event and let's say you were in a fire, right? And the fire smelt a certain way, like maybe plastic or plastic and wood or burning, you know, fire, people, whatever. If you smell that smell again, it could bring you right back there in your mind, right? And learning good coping skills, which is going to be my next video, can really help you get through this. But my main point in this whole video is that your trauma and the way it affects your brain does, in fact, it affects your behavior, how you respond to the world, how you perceive things. You can be a totally optimistic person, right? You're Mr. and Mrs. Positivity, right? And then an event happens that scares the life right out of you, right? And suddenly you're not so positive. Suddenly you're in black and white thinking. And I'm not talking race. I'm talking everything is all good, or everything is always bad. It's too rigid. But it happens. And if you get into the gloom and doom and it's everything's horrible, my life sucks, you know, your brain hears you say that, it's going to believe it more and more and more. And that's not very beneficial to you. Okay? So learning how to process your trauma, understanding without judging how your body and your brain responds to other people and the environment around it will make the big difference on your healing journey. Okay? So if somebody asks you a question and it really triggers you, I mean, like, sends you to DEFCON 9 because their voice sounded like somebody that hurt you, right? Breathe in and don't attack them. Remind yourself that although they sound similar, that is not them. They don't deserve that, right? A lot of people make the mistake and they start being horrible to like everybody, even people that want to get close to them. And then it creates a void in their life, and or they shut everybody out. And when they do that, it's an empty space. And then of course everything is gloom and doom, right? So try to, if you're dealing with trauma, ups and downs, don't judge yourself. That happens. You will have good days, good moments, and bad days, bad moments. Neither one of those lasts forever, right? You're going to have up and down. That's how life works. Give yourself grace and keep moving forward, okay? Anyways, I'm going to make a part 2 of processing each trauma and a couple ideas of what you can do with them, okay? All right, bye.